Guys, it's Michelle, Quick Turn Properties. I wanted to make this quick video and chat with you about this big, huge deal that we have uh, in Tampa. So, this is a $45 million property, 407 units. Now, we sent this out last week and have received an overwhelming response. My team here in disposition, JC, Kenya, Ivan have gotten responses from all of you. Over 200 people to be exact, asking a lot of questions about this property. We thought it would be efficient to have me just make this quick couple-minute video to explain this deal a little bit more in depth. All right, first of all, we are in direct in direct contact with the attorneys who are with the seller who are selling this property. Okay, it's very different from our normal deals. Usually, you guys are used to getting deals from us where we readily give you the address, readily give you any information that you need, because typically we do sell small residential properties and condos and vacant land. This is very different, right? We're not disclosing the address. We're giving you all the financial information that you would need in order to make a decision of if this is a deal that is worth pursuing, but we're not disclosing where it's located. The reason why we can't, and we would love to, trust me, we would love to, but the reason why we can't is because we are under an NDA and we cannot disclose, legally, we cannot disclose where the property is located unless we have a verifiable purchaser that has provided three things to us. The three things we need is a proof of funds. It needs to be from a U.S. bank. It needs to be verifiable bank letter from a U.S. bank. It cannot be an offshore account, cannot be securities, it cannot be Bitcoin. It needs to be verifiable funds. Okay, this is not our rules. This is the seller's attorney's rules. Okay, so please, this is not us asking for these requirements. This is the seller's attorneys asking for these requirements. Okay. Also, you would need to sign a commission agreement and also an NDA, right? Once you have that information, then you can go ahead and get the address along with any other information that you need in order to begin to do proper in-depth due diligence that you need to determine if this is a deal for you or not, right? But we've compiled a ton of information, financials, in terms of, if the property makes sense for you, cash flow wise, right? Which at the end of the day, people who are going to purchase a property like this, they want to know income, they want to know total income, total expenses, NOI, cap rate, all of those things are, the things that they initially want to know, right? So we've kind of laid it all out to give you as much information without disclosing the address. So you can at least, before you go ahead and get a bank letter, at least understand if it pencils out, right? If it pencils out, then we can go ahead and go to the next step. But if it doesn't pencil out, then, it doesn't make sense, obviously. Another question that we've got a lot is if you are a broker, yourself and you have a potential buyer for something like this, right? And you are coming to us, you're a broker and agent, and you're asking for the address. That's another thing. We can't disclose the address at all to you, right? Again, we're under NDA, whether it's through a buyer or through another broker or agent. All people, everybody, right? So if you have a buyer for it, then you can take the information and shop it just like we have, right? You take the information that we have and send it to your buyer. If your buyer is interested, you would get the same information that we're asking for from them. All right. So it would need to be an NDA signed. It needs to be verifiable proof of funds from a US bank. And we would need to have that directly from your buyer, right? So if your buyer is interested, you would need to get the information from the buyer, from someone that's a principal, have them sign all that stuff, and then we would disclose it to that buyer. That's we verified, right? So once you send us the information, we would then send it to the attorneys. They will check it to make sure it's good. All right, proof of funds good. All right, the NDA, make sure the person who signed the NDA is the actual principal of the person that has the money. So they cross-reference everything. right? And then also the commission agreement signed by the person who is the principal of the company that has the money, all that stuff. Then they say, okay, now we can go ahead and release the information, and then we would move to the next step, where at that point you would get the address along with anything else that you so desire, in order for you to make a buying decision, right? And then if that checks out and pencils out and everything's good there, then you can move into contract, where you'd be given a inspection period to do all of the other extra stuffs that you would need, maybe walk the property or whatever you need to do during that due diligence when you're under contract, right? That would be step three. And then we move on to um, the next stage, which would be finalizing closings and what have you. But again, I wanted to make this quick video so that way I just let you guys know, if you're asking for the information and my team is not releasing it, it's not because we want to make it difficult. Okay, it's because we can't. Unfortunately, we can't. And if you do send us proof of funds and it's like something like a screenshot, or if it's an offshore bank, or it's sitting in securities or something, and we can't accept that, again, it's not us, it's the attorneys that is handling with the seller who's saying no to those forms of proof of funds. They need it to be verifiable in the bank, and at that point we have to stop until you can get that information. It's not us being difficult, right? All of our other deals that, when you ask for information, you get it, right? It's no issue, no, because those are different types of deals. This one is a little bit special because of the fact that we've been told to lock down the information. If you still have questions after watching this video, please contact JC at 954-477-1466. If you still have questions, and what I've explained, I haven't touched on what you need to know, and all of the information here that we have on the ad doesn't answer your questions, please call JC at 954-477-1466. Thanks, guys. Happy buying.